All right, guys, so today's video is about can you park an RV on your vacant land? So this is a question that we get all the time, and the answer is it depends. And I know that's not a super useful answer, but I'm gonna share a few things that I've noticed. First thing is a lot of counties, unless it's super rural, have some regulations and rules on you know, can you put an RV on your property? So the first thing we've seen that's common is that we've seen is common is one, they'll let you put your RV on a property if you're building something. So if you pull a construction permit, some counties we've seen them allow owners to put an RV on it during construction for a certain period of time. Other counties that we've seen, a little more rural, is they will let you put an RV for like 4 months or 5 months out of the year. They just don't want people living year around, but I've seen some counties where they'll allow like 4 or 5 months out of the year or 6 months, whatever their rule is. And usually the more busy and the more developed in metro areas, I mean, if you're in the city, I think that's going to be a hard one, but it totally depends. But we've seen those two things. And then third is if you're like super rural and you're in a county that's very RV friendly, they might just not care. They might let you do it. But the one way you can find out is, of course, you call your county zoning department and you say, hey, is living in an RV permitted, or what are your rules and regulations around that? How do you handle this, or how have you handled this in the past? And like I said, if you're able to go in person and ask them, you might get a stronger or a better answer than calling over the phone. And this is something you definitely want to know before you purchase that land, especially if your intent is to like live on this piece of land forever. Want to make sure what the county thinks or what their rules are. Those are the three things that we've seen. And the simple thing is to call and ask the zoning department or even code enforcement. But I would say zoning is probably going to be your easiest bet to get the most straightforward answer. And remember, it's like you can't just pull up in New York City and try to put your RV on your piece of land and live, because usually metro areas are super developed, or snobby areas, they will have way more restrictions on having RVs allowed on land. So this is how you can find out. If you guys have any questions or thoughts or comments about this topic, experiences, stories, let me know, and just drop